Hi everyone. So today is the last yama, Aparigraha. Aparigraha means detachment. And personally for me is the hardest one. It's one that has really challenged me lately and yeah, like Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita is giving your best and not worrying about the end result. And in our Ashtanga practice, it means doing the best we can each day in our mat. And yeah, sometimes the posture happens. And yeah, sometimes the posture does not happen, and we are like, feeling like very stiff or very scared or very like stressed, and the body is shut down. And yeah, it's been okay. And always saying tomorrow going to be a new practice, a different practice. And what does it mean for life specifically? It means welcoming everything in life as if you have chosen it. And I know this is very hard. I know from personal experience, sometimes people around us surprise us with their actions and we have no clue what is happening, and that's deeply like hurtful and painful, and yet there's always a deeper teaching since we're living our life from the spiritual perspective. There's always something to learn. So yoga is the radical acceptance of whatever is happening. Even though we may not understand it in the moment, there's an energy, there's a beautiful frequency we live in that knows what needs to go, knows what needs to come. So that muscle of letting go, that's the main muscle in yoga practice. Just saying, thy will be done. I may have a different idea, I may have a different perspective, but this is happening. So that means that it's meant to happen, because otherwise something different would be happening. It makes so much sense to me now. Oh no, that he should have been that way. Oh no, that she should have said that. I'm like, no. What is happening is what was supposed to happen. And how we react in front of that happening is going to make the difference. There's this book, and it was written by this amazing man, and he was in the concentration camps in Germany. His name is Viktor Frankl, and he said that when everything is taken away from us, the only thing they cannot take from us is the way we decide to react in front of an event. And that is just so beautiful. I remember this movie, Life is Beautiful, La Vita Bella. And yeah, it's the same. It's a father and a child, and they are in the concentration camp. And the father is really trying to protect his child from all this aggression, from all this violence. And he decides to create a whole parody of the concentration camp. And at the end, it's so touching, because the child is being protected by all this love of this parent. So the same happens for us, but with our Father, Mother, God. They have the broad perspective of what we need in our life, including our karmas and our dharma. Our karma is our past life events, or the events from this lifetime that we are let's say receiving the consequences of those actions, the consequences of those thoughts, of those emotions. And the Dharma is our mission, our spiritual mission, what we were born to do in this lifetime. And sometimes we don't really know what it is until God takes something away from us. And once they take that something away from us, then we need to decide how we're going to react. I actually started my spiritual practice because God took my husband away from me, and I was so devastated by it. It was just so painful. And this suffering this deep pain actually woke me up. So I started coming to India. So I started looking for teachers. So I started saying, you know, this pain is too much for me. I need something to calm me, to soothe me, to make me understand why am I alive if I cannot be with him, because I loved him so much. So yes, life has a way of putting us in the right place, in the right moment, with the right company. And it also has a way of taking away whatever is not conducive for our spiritual practice. And for me, this is the true meaning of the all is coming in Ashtanga Yoga. All is coming means that everything we need in our lifetime is gonna come. And everything we don't need anymore is gonna leave. And yeah, that is gonna leave us sometimes in this space of not knowing, in this space of doubt and confusion. And what I can only say is that if you have your practice and if you have your teacher, that fog is going to eventually dissipate. And you will look back and say, oh my God, when I thought this was the worst thing that could happen to me, it turned out to be the best thing that could happen to me. Yes, my separation from my husband was so painful. I was only 28 years old, and that opened a full new perspective for me spiritually. That brought India into my life, that brought my guru into my life. And so I cannot thank my ex-husband enough for that. And any happening that it's coming your way that you don't fully understand, there's a deeper reason. There's something which I call the great intelligence. And that intelligence speaks to us also when we are doing our practice and when we have these moments of deep awareness, maybe seconds, when we understand what is really happening. And we know that we are spiritual beings having a material experience. And we are here only for a few years. And how can we fully grasp and understand the meaning of this lifetime if we are full of attachments? If we are attached to our partner, we're attached to our children, if we're attached to our house, if we're attached to our money, if we are like held by all these chains, we cannot grow. We need to just, thy will, just open and say, take whatever you need, take it all if you need. I only want you. That's all I want in my life. If you are with me, I'm fine, anywhere I am. So that's our prayer, our spiritual practitioners. Take it all away if it's impairing my evolution. And I give everything to you. I am happy to be in your presence. That's all I need. And to feel that love that you have for me. And that's ultimately what we take with us when we die. And anything else we are going to have to release. So in every practice at the end when we rest, we just completely let go of everything. In the posture of relaxation, we completely surrender our lives. And every day in our actions, we give thanks for whatever is coming, and we also give thanks for whatever is going. And I know it's so hard, because there's love. We are attached to people, we are attached to names, we're attached to places and things. And it's not easy to just, flush and then find yourself without anything. It's not easy at all. But at the same time, there's a great freedom that comes from knowing that everything you need is inside of you. And anything that comes to you materially, thank you very much. Anything that leaves your life, relationships, things, countries, places, jobs, even this body eventually, it's fine, because we are something much more deeper and something much more mysterious than all these gadgets and things that we choose to attach ourselves to. Aparigraha is the art of engaging with life and engaging wisely, of choosing wisely where we're going to place our attention and our energy. We want to place our attention first of all in our spiritual practice. We want to place our attention in friendships that support our spiritual evolution. We don't want to water down the teachings, being in relationships that are polluting our minds, that are creating unnecessary suffering. We need to be very, very wise when we're choosing as yogis. And yeah, life will help us for sure. If you have this prayer of like, take everything that is not helping me move closer to you, please take it. Life will take it, love will take it, and it will bring us much more than we ever thought. So thank you so much. Thank you for being here. I'm really looking forward to meeting you. I'm so happy when I receive one of your messages, when I receive one of your comments. For me, it's pure joy to be able to share and to know that you're there, and to know that we are all connected in this beautiful practice of yoga. Namaste.